Welcome to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. Yes, I am the Lone Ranger. Thank you for tuning in this weekend. Hope you have an amazing weekend. I got a little bit of work to do today, and then I think I'm going to head to the boat. What are you doing this weekend? Working around the yard, getting some honeydews. My wife's out of town. Gone up to New York City to see my daughter and see her new apartment. And pretty amazing having my daughter, 22 years old, move to New York City. Your kids move away when they're young. Pretty interesting, right? I had mixed feelings about it. I really love the fact that this is the time in your life to just reach out and do all kinds of crazy stuff and, travel abroad or go to school abroad. But on the other hand, I don't like my baby being too far away from daddy either. So what do you think? If you have questions for me about mortgages, about real estate, about life in general, I'm not a Dear Abby, but I can tell you one thing I am is I'm a straight shooter and I tell you the way I see it. So if you like that, you and I will be really good friends. If you don't like that and you're like really sensitive to things like that, you're probably better off to listen to me on the air than to get to know me because like I said, and the older I get, the more I dislike, you know what? You're not doing that right. Okay. But I admit my mistakes. Like these days, I think I apologize for things I do more than I ever have. So yeah, I kind of screwed that one up, didn't I? So anyway, I say it the way I see it. And as they got older, I think that's a better way to be. But don't, I don't say things to hurt people. Don't ever be hurtful to people. That's not necessary. People that say things that are insulting are problematic. It's interesting because when I am coaching or lecturing a client or an employee, or I'm coaching somebody in our industry, and I'm going to be really direct with them, I usually ask their permission. Do you mind if I'm really forward and straight with you about something? And as long as they say yes, then we should be in pretty good shape to move forward. And that's just the way I think you should operate. Be honest with people. That's all. Be honest and say it the way you see it. I think that's the way to do things. So anyway, let's talk about the way things are in the market. Interest rates actually did pretty well this week. We had a few really good days in the bond market. And so I locked some loans in and I'm floating a few out just to let things get a little bit better. If you are waiting on my VIP wait list for refinances, you're not getting a call from me yet because it's not time yet. So I'll just explain that. I have done literally hundreds of loans for people, thousands over the years. But when rates started to go up in February of 2022, and I continued to do mortgages at higher interest rates than people had been accustomed to, they would call me and say, hey, when the rates drop, I want to refinance. So I would put people on a wait list for their refinancing because I don't think it's the right time to do it. I think the right time to do it is when they drop low enough. And now a lot of veterans call me and they're like, hey, I heard I can save money right now on refinancing on a VA IRRRL. Yes, you can, but you can only do it every 241 days. And I think that a lot of those people are going to miss out on the lower rates, and some lenders going to talk them into refining when it's not the right time. And I find that USAA is, one of the worst at that. And your Veterans United and New Day, they just prey on the veterans and they act like they're they're out there as the advocate for the veteran, but I think they're more into it for the money, to be honest with you. And how can they not be when they advertise millions of dollars a month, millions per month in advertising? You know how much advertising CrossCountry Mortgage does? The largest retail lender in the entire country, CrossCountry Mortgage, my company. You know how much advertising we do? None. Zero. We don't advertise. We don't advertise. Nowhere. We don't. I mean, maybe some loan officers might put an ad in a realtor magazine, but we don't do ads. We don't do commercials. We don't do any of that stuff. All we do is information to help the consumer. And yet, how did we become the number one? Because we don't have the expenses. It's like people call me and go, well, I went to Rocket Mortgage for my mortgage and I want to see if you can beat their rate. No, I can't beat their rate. I'm going to crush their rate. I will show you their rate versus my rate. How can they be as low as me when they're spending probably $10 million a month in advertising? You can't. You can't. You have to, that money's got to come from somewhere. So we choose not to advertise. We choose to reach out to the general public in other means and that don't cost money so we can save you money. My name's Bruce Woodburn and I'm the Loan Arranger. And you can call me right now. I'm in Tampa. You can call me at 813-213-4009 or my Winter Park office. You can call me there at 407-706-3313. I can be reached anytime. That's my direct number. That's not a call center. You call Rocket, you're going to a call center. You call Wells Fargo, you're going to a call center. You call Bank of America, you're going to a call center. You call with some internet company, you call USAA, you're going to a call center. You call me, no call center. Cell phone. And let me tell you something. You don't think that's of value? That's of huge value. That's why so many real estate agents use my services, because my team's accessible 7 days a week. 7 days a week. And we're accessible. Now, do I answer the phone 24/7? No, because if I did, I'd have to have a call center. I'd rather you leave me a voicemail and I'll call you when I get out of my next appointment or when I get up in the morning. But you get personalized service. You get a great rate. You get lowest possible closing costs. I'm a direct lender. I'm not a mortgage broker. I laugh at people going, oh, I think I'm going to go to a mortgage broker because they can shop all kinds of banks and get me the lowest rate. Do you know what mortgage brokers shop you for? So they can get the biggest commission, whatever bank's going to pay them the biggest commission. Give your head a shake if you think mortgage brokers are looking for the best rate for you. That's insane. Mortgage brokers don't have better rates than I do. I can promise you that. And everything's done in-house. Mortgage broker can't order the appraisal, can't disclose anything. All they can do is take the app and hope somebody like me approves it. So why go to somebody like them when you can come directly to somebody like me? Top real estate agents in the country use my services. Top builders in the country use our services. Repeat clients time and time again. 1 in 7 mortgages originated in the United States of America, the best country in the world, are with CrossCountry Mortgage. And you got me right here in your backyard. And you can reach me, not a call center. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or go to webringyouhome.com. We have a great online application, super easy. And I find it really fascinating that all the new companies are promoting that you don't even have to speak to a loan officer. Or I watch Morgan & Morgan. You don't even have to talk to an attorney. You can just fill it out online like it's a benefit. It's not a benefit. It's a trick, folks. So yeah, you can fill out your application online. It's super easy. It's easy. And for all you millennials that don't want to talk to anybody, it's a great way for you to do it. It's as easy as pie. But for those of you that want to speak to a human being that knows, cares, communicates, strategizes, gives you valuable, trustworthy information, then pick up the phone and give me a call, because that's what I do. All day long, I'm helping you structure deals. I'm working with real estate agents. I'm helping my clients become the winning offer. Do you know that my clients win in a competitive offer 7 times out of 10 more than the average person? Do you know why? Because here's why. When your loan is approved with me through my fast track loan program, meaning it's been already underwritten before you go out and shop for a home. Now, banks and mortgage companies don't do that. Why? Because it costs money to underwrite a loan. So they don't underwrite you until you've got the appraisal, you've got the home inspection, your loan's been fully processed, all your documents have been verified. No, what I do is I take your pre-approval, I pulled your credit, I verified your income, I verified your assets, I've got everything I want. I send it to my underwriter, they approve it. Now you are as close to a cash buyer as you can possibly be, even if you're zero down payment VA, even if you're 3.5% down FHA. Here's why. Here's why my buyers win more. I physically call the listing agent that's representing the seller. I guarantee you that I will close your loan in 21 days or less if your seller wants to close that quick. If I do not close your loan on the scheduled closing date, I will pay your seller up to $500 per day for every day that we miss the closing. Now, will your bank do that? Will Rocket do that? Will USAA do that? Will their credit union do that? Will anybody do that? No, of course they won't do that. Why? Because they don't trust their own approvals. They don't trust their own approvals, or else they do it. Why do I do it? Because if I approve your loan, I'm closing your loan. If you go through my fast track loan approval, I am going to close your loan. You would have to literally die for me not to close your loan or lose your job. That would work. But other than that, we're going to closing. You want a great loan approval. You want a lender that's got everything you need. You want a lender that's going to close on time. You want a lender that doesn't have a call center that returns phone calls. You want a lender that you can meet with in person or on a Zoom call. That's what you get with me. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009. You want a lender that's going to teach your kids the ropes. You want a lender that you can say, you know what? I got my 23-year-old kid. They're going to buy a house, and mom and dad are going to helicopter the hell out of them and run me through the ringers and grill me. Go ahead and do it. Or you can sit back and watch your kid get educated by me. That's money. That's money. That's what you get. You want to helicopter me? Go ahead. I got all the answers. I got nothing to fear. But if you want your kid to be stronger and smarter and better, then sit back and listen and let me help you educate your child. Let me help you create a child that will amass wealth, particularly when you start in your 20s. Because when you start in your 20s, you have a 70% greater chance on becoming a millionaire. And it's almost guaranteed. Because if you start buying homes in your 20s, you just can't help but build wealth. You can't help it. And for all of you that aren't good at investments and you don't watch the market and know what Japanese candlesticks are and know what trading patterns look like and know what fundamentals are and do your research on companies that you're buying stocks in, if that's not you and you're not an expert, then real estate's an easier way. 90% of the wealth in America is built through real estate. That's how it's done. Why? Because it's easier. Now, they say you can make more money if you're a savvy investor in the market, but you better be a savvy investor. Otherwise, real estate's turnkey. It's easy. You got to live in a house anyway. You might as well be making money on it. Is it a good time to buy right now? I think it's the best time for buyers ever. And we're going to talk about that when I come back from the next break. We're going to talk about why I think it's the best time. In the meantime, I got about a minute to share some classes. On June the 18th, I am teaching a Leapfrog class. June the 18th. In Winter Park, Florida. Register at webringyouhome.com. Now, this is a class for investors that want to build a portfolio of real estate. Now, you could be a first-time home buyer, but it ain't a first-time home buyer class. You want my first-time home buyer class? I'm doing Hometown Heroes on June 25th, and I'm doing a regular home buying class on July 10th. Go to webringyouhome.com and register immediately. They are filling up quickly. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about why I think the timing is right. I want to talk about what interest rates are doing and where the buying opportunities are right now in the market today, not tomorrow, not last year, not 1974, 1999, tomorrow, today, right now. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.